Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I am Marty Duda. Today we have with us Luana. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
We're going to talk about your new album,
Yeah.
which just came out this past Friday, right?
That's right.
And it's called?
Moonlight Madness.
Moonlight Madness. I see, that's just right. Excellent. Why?
Yeah.
That's the name of one of the songs, right? The last song on the album?
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go through it kind of track by track and figure out what's going on, maybe watch some videos and do some of that.
Cool.
So some of the songs, I think the first one, which is Eye to Eye, is an older song that's been around for a little while.
Yeah.
So tell me about how that happened.
Eye to Eye, that came out, last year in March on the full moon.
Right, on the full moon.
Yes. I try to release as close to the full moon as possible. Ideally, the album came out on the full moon, but we got as close as we could because it was on Sunday, the blue moon.
Right.
Blue full moon. So Eye to Eye, wrote the song on my acoustic guitar and then took it to studio, and then I got funding pretty quickly after that from NZ On Air for that song.
Right.
And that's when I kind of started the journey of making music videos. I had no idea what I was doing.
Join the party.
Yeah.
None of us know what we're doing.
I mean, I still don't know what I'm doing, to be honest.
Don't get used to it. Yeah.
I've asked people how they did it.
Yep.
Found Anna Rose Duckworth, who's an awesome human being.
Yes.
Great creative. We got talking, both really resonated on witches and the esoteric and the occult, and then we're like, okay, let's make a music video and let's make it all female cast and try and make the team as female.
So shall we play some of it?
Yeah, let's play some of it,
Okay,
sure.
let me see if
yeah.
it's this one here, I think. That sounds like it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I know people who I played this for say, oh, she sounds like Amy Winehouse.
I see.
So you must get that, I'm assuming.
I do get that.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, she's amazing. I love Amy Winehouse. She hasn't been like a huge inspiration as such, like early in my life.
Right.
But
So what's going on in the video?
what's going on?
Where'd you shoot it?
Where'd we shoot it? At a studio in Ponsonby, which doesn't look like that. It looks a lot more magical than that. Yeah, that's where it is. What's going on? There is me singing. Me and my coven.
Right?
Talking about not seeing eye to eye with somebody, moving in symmetry and phase.
Right.
Doing some divination to ask the universe what to do. Reaching out to and seeing if there's any messages with my coven.
Right. Do you have a coven?
I do have a coven. And we're just doing some magical handwork, and we tried to make the dancing and movement inspired by spell work and like the OA.
Right.
So it's a bit more, has a bit more symbolism in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So that's the first song on the album, right?
Yeah, that is the first song. Yeah.
Put that on pause for now.
Yeah,
Move on to something else. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So that's a good way to start. Because you used to do stuff with like the hipsomatics, right?
Hipstomatics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a going concern still, is it?
I love it. I love being able to sing Aretha Franklin and be dancing to James Brown music and all that old funk.
Yep.
I love it so much. I want to sing it forever.
And speaking of funk, the next track, Feel This, seems to be pretty funky.
Yeah, it's a funky tune.
What's the story behind that one?
That one is about somebody just driving you a little crazy, not making up their mind.
Right.
So yeah, moon is high, pulling ties to the center of my mind. Kind of just plays on the old myth of when it's a full moon, there's a lot of water on the brain, and then makes you go a bit crazy. That old one. And so I'm kind of using that kind of language to describe like a little bit of craziness.
And there's a video for it, right?
There is.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a little 40-second thing.
Yeah, that I made short ones. It was an idea I had. I was like, I'll make a Feel This series.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of small videos of me dancing to and singing to my song, and then talking about my song.
Right.
So
Okay,
yeah.
Time to talk about your song.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I guess so.
You did this on a stairway somewhere, right?
Yeah. My designer and friend Brooke Tyson, who lives not far from here actually, shot this all at her house, and she just styled me, and yeah, it was really fun. Feel this is a funky number. With the recording, we got in a big band to play.
Right.
So that was that.
Cool.
And it was really awesome.
Next track is
Next
called
track.
Don't Let Me Fall. And
Don't Let Me Fall. Yeah, that one doesn't have a
no video for that.
No
That's all
video
right.
for that one.
Kind of remind me of James Brown tune. This is Man's World.
Oh, okay, great.
I don't know if that's one you're familiar with or anything.
Oh, I do. I love that tune.
Okay. And so when did you write that one?
Quite a while ago, actually. Ages ago. So it was great to record it and get it down and kind of let that one move on from me.
Mm-hmm.
It was really great putting that one together. The horns at the end.
Yep.
So we sent Nate over for the mixing over to LA.
Right.
To mix the album with Dylan Dresdow, who is will.i.am's chief engineer. And so while he was over there, he was like, we should really have horns on this track, because we were going to do it, but we kind of ran out of time.
Right.
So then we went to his studio and we brought in Tabani and Christian, who play horns and hypsmatics, but also insane session horn players. And we just did it while Nate was in LA, and then sent him the tracks. So it was really cool to finally get those on there.
Nice. Yeah, they sound great. And the next one is one of my favorites on the album, Daydreams.
Oh,
Very
thanks.
upbeat, kind of bouncy, funky thing.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that? What do I need to know about it?
It was inspired by Jimi Hendrix.
There you go.
And then the bridge is inspired by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
Which is two of my favorite artists. So it was great to kind of put them together and then add my little flair onto it.
And are you mentioning Fleetwood Mac? Are you familiar with the early Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Love that album. Albatross is one of my favorite songs in the world.
How do you know about all this stuff? You're just a young thing.
I just love music. And my Uncle Andy, who is a beautiful blues guitarist and very inspired by Jimi Hendrix as well. I grew up with him, and we're really close. And so he passed on his vinyl collection to me.
Oh, there you go.
And the Fleetwood Mac
Now,
album.
speaking of vinyl collections, in case anybody's watching, they're wondering what happened to mine.
Yeah.
It's behind this wall here.
It is, yeah.
We've been building it and kind of experimenting. But it's still there, don't worry.
Yeah, I wish I had a vinyl collection like yours.
Well,
I don't have a big enough wall,
it's
I think.
hard to move. I don't recommend moving at all. It's miserable. Okay, Summer in May is a very nice little tune. Now, I think there's a video for that,
There
too.
is. Actually, I have two.
Two of them.
Yeah. Okay. The first one I released last year, and then I released a lyric video on the spring equinox in September. And that one was shot all at Splore Festival.
And now this one here is
So
the lyric video.
That's the lyric video.
Shall we look at that?
Sure. We
Tell
can
me
look
what's
at that one.
happening there. Is it,
Went to Splore earlier this year. My friend, I had this idea for a music video at Splore, and I was like, okay, I bought my friend a ticket, and then we went, and she was filming me as we're walking around the Splore.
Right.
And I realized as I got there that this is actually really embarrassing.
get used to it. That's
And
what
I
it is.
felt like such a diva walking around with someone with a camera. So I really had to pluck up the courage to just to be dancing and singing in the middle of the street, in the middle of the festival.
You look relaxed there.
I do. There's no one around here. We just found some grass, and I was like, okay, I can do it.
That's fantastic.
But it was cool because there were a lot of my friends were there, so we got to capture some of that.
Right.
But yeah, the song's like a 60s inspired kind of summery tune. Hopefully someone can be in their car, the windows down in summer or something.
Right.
That's what I was imagining.
Very cool. So I get the feeling from talking to you just now that the planets, the moon, the seasons have a lot to do with what you do. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
It
is.
Why is that?
It just helps to really ground me as a person. Mm-hmm. It creates a ritual in my life and just helps me remind me to just stay present and be grateful for what's around and just understand just be more aware of everything that's happening around me. So like when it's a new moon, it's like a nice time for me to just go inward and be like, what do I want to achieve for the next month? I'm such a Virgo as well, so I'm a planner, and I love to-do lists. So it really works for me.
It's interesting you mentioned that you're a Virgo. I'm a Leo myself. And I've never paid much attention to that stuff, but I just had another singer, a friend of mine, going on about Leoism and what she expects for it.
You're very much a Leo, I can see it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll take it as a compliment.
It's a good thing, yeah.
Okay. Moving along, we'll go to Move Along.
Yeah, sure.
What can you tell me about that song?
Yeah, Move Along is it's about jealousy and just, that natural feeling. And it's just a bit sassy, just being like, I'm talking about jealousy itself. I kind of personified it as a person, just being like, it's not a friend of mine, it's not a friend of yours.
Right.
And just saying like, move on. It's not a feeling that is always nice, but it teaches you a lot about yourself, and it's a real mirror. So in the end of the song, I do face it and realize that it's just, it's a teacher.
Now, this
and
juncture,
a funky version.
We should tell people that the album is going to be out on vinyl as well, right?
It will be.
You're just waiting for it right now, right?
Yeah, I am.
Because it's out in other formats at the moment. It was released last week, but so have you seen? You got test pressings and stuff, or artwork that you're excited about? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it all. I got the test press vinyl and listened to that a couple of days ago on the vinyl player, and that was just so surreal. Oh, just like my heart just burst. And then all of the graphics are super beautiful, made by a friend called Nicole Miller Wong. And we made like a grimoire styled lyric book, and we made it red, and it's just really beautiful. It's a piece of art.
Can't wait to see it. Okay, we have Wolves is the next song.
Yes.
You're kind of howling at the moon in this one as well.
I am.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
This one is actually about addiction. About gambling. People I know having to deal with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a real problem, isn't it?
It is a real problem. And so it was kind of my first experience going to a casino and just being really blown away by the forest of flashing lights.
Yes. Well, we had to walk through the Sky City Casino the other day to get to the thingy, and it's just very depressing, I have to say, to see people doing that. So it's a thing. And so whenever I feel really overwhelmed by emotion, that's what drives me to write a song. And so that was one of the situations that drove me to write this tune. But it's also really fun about howling to the moon and and
funky
there's some strings in there as well.
Oh yeah, there's strings pretty much on the whole entire album. I'm pretty sure every song, apart from Don't Let Me Fall, I think. Oh, yeah, but Wolves is inspired by a bit of Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Oh yeah.
Love that. Yeah, it's a good funky tune.
Yeah, anyway, could go on. You don't want to hear me sing it. Love Bind is the next one.
Yeah.
And I think there's a video for it.
There's definitely a video. It's brand new.
Yep. Let's
there
see
it
where
is.
it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
So when did you shoot this?
Early September.
Oh, it's fresh.
It's very fresh.
What are you holding there? What is that?
That is a record. I've just written so this is like looking back, I've written a love spell to a musician.
Right.
And I just received his record and he signed it.
Oh man.
And this witch is very excited and is keen to continue some love spells to really cement that love. So it's kind of about an infatuated witch trying to
see, when I saw this bit, I was thinking of the Ronettes.
Oh,
Do you know the
beautiful.
Ronettes?
Yeah, no, I don't. And that's exactly what inspired the song, actually.
Oh,
so
really?
The Ronettes, their music was produced by Phil Spector, which is her partner, her husband, and his wall of sound.
Yes.
So when I wrote this one on my acoustic, I could hear like a Drifters 60s kind of sound.
Yep.
Taking it to my producer, he introduced me to the wall of sound.
I believe Phil Spector played guitar on some of those early Drifters records as well.
Oh, okay. That's really fun. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that we got a huge band in and arranged in the Phil Spector Wall of Sound style to create this, and that then inspired the music video by using like a girl group kind of witch coven.
Yep.
So yeah, we're calling it a 1960s witches musical.
Very good. It looks like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of work. It was very, very choreographed. Yeah, Anna Rose Duckworth was the director, who also directed Eye to Eye.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of work went into this one.
I can see that. Yeah.
And then in the end, it's about, it should have just been a love spell for me or yourself, self-love. So that's kind of what we're, that's kind of the message in the end.
Very cool. All right, we're getting to the end of the record. Silence is next.
Yeah.
Which is kind of more acoustic-y.
It is, yeah. That kind of has a bit more of my jazz background in that one. And then when the strings come in, it just melts my heart. Yeah, it's just about thinking that, you know, you'll enjoy the silence, but realizing that maybe this person that you've been with is, you know, you just really miss them and want to be with them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is Reign, as in R-E-I-G-N.
Yes.
And what's that one about?
That one is about the rise of the rainbow rain, which is just anybody who feels like they're a part of the rainbow, just different, and just feel like they don't fit into like the normal kind of.
We got a rainbow flag up here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So it's just calling out to, in this case, my witches and anyone who just feels a bit different, and stomping down that road, the well-walked path of the shaman or the healers and the witches, and proudly walking down that.
All right, that brings us to the final track.
Yeah.
Moonlight Madness. All right, what are you going to tell me about it?
We start off with a Samoan proverb.
Yeah.
And that's talking about the synergy between like the physical and the spiritual. And my heritage is Samoan, and my grandparents from Samoa, and I'm very close to them, so it's been really special to bring in the Samoan language into my music. And I wanted to find a good way of getting a good mix between voodoo blues and some Pacific elements, and then a real earthiness. And so we kind of started the song over quite a few times just to really find the groove, and I feel like we got there in the end, and I love it. And then we do a Samoan chant, which is calling upon the spirit of the moon.
Okay, so that wraps up the album. Sounding good, man.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see the vinyl. So
Thank you.
What's happening now? The record's out and the vinyl's coming out.
Yeah.
Live stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Would love to take the show on the road. So we've got an album release on the 26th of November. And yeah, we're wanting to make it a 60s, which is kind of, just something a bit different, make you feel like you've just walked into another world maybe. And
That sounds good.
yeah.
Well, this one's not working out so well, so we do need another world. So we'll see what happens after the American election tomorrow. But, oh man.
Yeah.
Do you follow politics and stuff much?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, kind of. Yeah, I try, but it's very depressing.
Fair enough. That is absolutely true. All right. Well, it's great. Hopefully, we can get to see the whole band. Are you going to have like a massive band playing?
Yeah. So I've got an 8-piece band.
Yep.
2 strings and a percussionist and a full rhythm section, and the full shebang. Yeah.
The full shebang.
Yeah.
All right. And the album is
Moonlight Madness.
fantastic. Thank you for coming by.